Okay guys, so we're back. Today we're going to be checking out some TikToks I found online that are just random school bus videos that I thought were pretty funny, and we're just going to watch them together. Now before we start today's video, do me a favor guys, smash a like button if you guys are liking these videos, if you guys love school buses and you guys find them entertaining. Give me a like, click subscribe down below. Let's get into today's video. Now, I've never found a cat before on the school bus, which is pretty funny, but I've actually found a raccoon before. I've had coworkers who found possum. I had another coworker who found a baby raccoon. The kid actually carried the baby raccoon up to the front of the bus, asking the bus driver if they can keep it. I mean, all kinds of little critters get inside the school bus, and the way to prevent that is to lock your door at night, either using a bungee cord or using the actual lock on the door. That way you keep the critters out because they love to get in the trash cans. Trust me, if they're hungry, they're going to go through that trash can and they're going to take whatever they can and they're going to eat it, and they're going to make a mess on your bus, and they might even be living there the next morning when you come in for work.
The way she board that bus
Yo, those Cummins 6.7 liters in those school buses are no joke. I've driven them and they literally take off like a rocket. Those buses are fast, man. That's the same engine that's actually in the Ram 2500 and 3500. Just tweaked a little bit, but it's a turbo diesel and they are nasty, nasty engines. I love buses that have Cummins. They drive so nice. They're so smooth, quick, right off the line from a red light. Phew, you are gone. That literally has to be the worst feeling for anybody who is sitting at a red light or waiting for the buses to pull out of the school when the entire school leaves, and it's a large school. I mean, I've driven schools that have like 50 buses. Waiting for each bus to leave is an absolute nightmare. I drove this one school up in North Jersey that has 50 buses, and they have a police officer that goes out and blocks traffic in both directions to let all the buses go, and it is an absolute nightmare for anybody else on the road besides those buses. So if you get stuck in traffic outside of a school, I literally feel bad for you, and I am sorry, but we are just on a time crunch and we got to get to go where we got to go, and we got to get there in the time that we have to get there. So if you get stuck in school traffic, we're sorry. We don't mean it.
Can I buy a box of Thin Mints?
Sure, I'll take 2 boxes.
How about 2 million?
No, 1 million.
Okay.
I want to take a pic.
So funny story, I actually drove to New York City before, and I was near the World Trade Center. I had my bus parked on the side of the road. We were sitting there waiting for kids to come out. These tourists from Asia came up and they asked me if they could take a picture with the school bus, if I could take their picture. And I was like, sure. I was very flabbergasted. I'm like, wait, why are you taking a picture with a school bus? I didn't know at the time that European countries, Asian countries, they don't have school buses. They don't have buses like we have. We're the only ones. Us, Canada, we're the only ones that have these buses. Nobody else has these buses. So they were taking pictures with the mirrors in the front of the buildings, like the curved mirrors, the convex mirrors. They were taking pictures with the bus. It was crazy, but I was like, all right, I mean, go ahead.
Everyone get in the back and start moving back and forth so we could get this thing going.
So I rarely ever drive in the snow because New Jersey doesn't get snow like that. And even if we do, we get snow days pretty much all the time. We're not like Michigan where they actually go to school in the snow. But the one time we did get a nice snowstorm and I got stuck. And I actually used this method, but not with kids. I just put it in drive, put it in reverse, put it in drive, put it in reverse, and just rocked the bus and basically got through the snow and got moving again. Buses are not that good in the snow. They're rear-wheel drive. They don't have four-wheel drive. They actually handle horrible in the snow. So, you know, shout out to Michigan for keeping the buses on the road. It's dangerous, but I guess the drivers know what they're doing out there.
I was 2 years old when I learned that these 3 black lines on the bus
are not there for decoration. They serve a very important purpose. For example, the bottom line right here is the floor of the bus. This line right here is the seat line, okay, of the bus. And the top line over here is the top of the seats. So these are there for a reason because it lets firefighters know where exactly they need to cut in the case of an accident. Seriously, mind blown.
Okay, so I actually made a video about this about 4 years ago, and I regret making it because I got so much hate from this video. It doesn't mean that. The lines on the side of the bus have nothing to do with the floor, the roof, the ceiling, the fire department, nothing. They are literally just structural pieces strategically placed on the side of the bus to add strength and stability to the bus in the event of an accident. They really don't show where the top of the seat is, where the bottom of the seat is, because all buses vary. It just so happens that IC actually does line up like that. The floor of the bus, the bottom of the seat, the top of the seat, but that's not actually what they're for. And if you guys ever come across a video of me saying that, I do formally apologize for even making that video. I actually had a mechanic who was a firefighter from the bus company actually tell me that, so I made the video thinking that was what it was. It's not at all. That's not what it is at all. So yeah, absolute worst seats to ride on ever. The air ride seats suck. I'd rather have the fixed seat that you just bounce with the bus instead of just flying on an air ride seat. It's not comfortable. It makes it, like, for me, it makes it harder to drive the bus. It's much harder to get a feel for your bus when you're driving, because while you're flying up in the air on the air ride seat, the kids are actually flying in the back. If you have more of a feel for the bus in a regular seat, you can actually control how much your bus is bouncing, get a better feel for the bus, and it just handles much better. I hate the air ride seats. I don't like them, and they're not fun. So at the previous company I worked for, we actually had a guy get up on the bus and shovel all the snow off the bus. He would get up on the bus and just sweep it all off when we had a big snowstorm if we still had school. We don't have one of these machines. I've seen them though in other yards, but I've never actually driven my bus through one. But it seems like a really good idea and a really good system to clean snow off the roof of a bus. But like I said earlier, we don't normally drive in the snow, so when we do, it's extremely rare. Honestly, back in the day, we would just get on the road and just blow all the snow off as we drove down the road. But now I believe that's highly illegal, so you really can't do that. So somebody has to go in there early in the morning if there's a snowstorm, start shoveling the snow off the roof. We don't have one of these machines, but they do look handy, and we probably should get one.
Hate people, dog.
Yeah, I too.
Somebody fucked up here, because either the road should have been closed or the bus driver should have known there was wet concrete. Like, there's a lack of communication here, okay? Common sense ain't that common anymore. The bus driver should have seen the cones, and if there was no cones there, why was there no cones? Did the construction crew put out cones? Did they put up signs saying there's wet pavement? What's going on here? And if you're a bus driver, you're supposed to be aware of your surroundings all the time. So you should have seen the wet pavement. It's not that hard, man. This bus driver's probably in trouble, honestly. I wouldn't doubt it. Alright guys, but if you did enjoy this video and you want to see me react to more school bus TikToks or just funny TikToks in general, smash a like on this video, click subscribe down below, turn on the bell. The bell notifies you whenever I post. I'm trying to hit 1 million subscribers this year. We're definitely not going to make it because we have like 2 weeks left in the year, but if you guys could still subscribe, maybe by the end of 2024 we can hit 1 million subscribers and I can finally get that gold plaque, and I'll share it with you guys because that would be absolutely amazing. If you guys want to follow me and see more of my daily life, go follow me on Instagram at RealClawBoss or ClawBossNJ. I have 2 Instagrams. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, guys. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.